Hey, my name is Matthew Weiner. I'm here with a great friend of mine, Maria Obi. Maria is actually a full-time pharmacist working with us part-time, been with us for a little over a year. I started in this industry back in 2017 as a part-timer myself. I was actually working as a business center manager at Walmart, never sold anything in my life. And in my first year in business, I made $106,000, profited 83% of what I earned. And now I'm in a position of hiring and training people like Maria and many others to come and have an opportunity to really change their life or their family. So if you're somebody that's looking for an opportunity to really take hold of your schedule, work for yourself, call your own shots, your own hours, take the cap off your income, and just be in an environment where you feel like you're really appreciated and valued, where you may not experience that in a corporate environment or anywhere else. We got a great opportunity here for you. So Maria, so far, you had your license for a little over a year now, and I think you worked with one other company previously, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So, a lot of people that come to us are licensed agents, and if you're not licensed, we can help you get licensed. That's not a problem. But what's been your experience like? What would you say is a big difference between the experience of working with our company versus where you were previously?
Yeah, absolutely. I got my license in the beginning of 2023. And as you mentioned, I was working with a previous company, and I was very frustrated because I got my license and I hadn't been able to make a sale or help any family. And I kind of just almost gave up, right? Mm-hmm. Until I found this opportunity, like you said, and immediately I was a bit skeptical, but I said, hey, let me give it a try and see how it goes. And I'm so glad that I did because the results were almost immediate. I was able to get contracting completed in a few weeks. And by my second week at the company, I was able to help a family, and I will never forget that. So that was awesome. That was actually a few months, I want to say 6 months after I got licensed.
Awesome. And so what has been, as a part-time person, what would you say your typical, like how many hours per week would you say you work doing this? And what has been your best income week so far?
Yeah, so it varies. I work anywhere between 15 to 30 hours. I really try to push it because I have, goals that I'm trying to achieve. But my best income week has been about 2,000 in commission. And so hoping to up that up this year for sure. So
yes,
it's definitely doable.
So 2,000 in 1 week. And that wasn't like one big application it was like several applications that got issued.
Correct.
When in weeks that you're working, how many sales per week would you say you generally are able to complete?
On average, it's about 3 to 4.
3 to 4 per week.
Yeah, my goal is 5, so I always try to hit that. But working part-time, sometimes you have to be good at time management, but about 3 to 4 sales a week.
Okay, so if something like this sounds good to you, we're going to go through 5 quick points here. We're going to talk about the market that we sell to, who we sell for, how pay works here, how we train you, and then what an opportunity may look like for you to actually grow an agency with us. So let's start with that first point about who we sell to. So we work in a very niche market of the life insurance industry, offering a very specialized type of life insurance called living benefits. And so living benefits, Maria, did you actually hear of living benefits before you came to us?
I've never heard of living benefits.
Okay. So what living benefits do is if you have an illness such as a heart attack, stroke, ALS, kidney failure, anything like that, if you have an illness, it's a life insurance policy that you don't have to die to use. The riders are actually built in for free, and your client can actually accelerate a portion of their death benefit to be paid to them while they're alive. It's a revolutionary form of life insurance. It's very unknown. And that's the type of products we specialize in. And so we really target middle income folks because we find that to be a very underserved market out there. So we really take care of blue collar people like I was, before I came into this industry working at Walmart, your plumbers, your middle class individuals, blue collar folks. And we're really passionate about taking care of those kind of people because what we've found in the mortgage industry or in the housing industry, there's about almost 3,000 homes per day that get foreclosed in this country, and 48% of them are due to the breadwinner having a heart attack or a stroke or cancer, not being able to work, losing their home in that circumstance. And our products actually prevent that, whereas a regular form of life insurance would not actually help that person. So Maria, when you've got out there and you've been talking to people like the leads that we use, which we'll talk about the leads as well, how confident are you in the products that we offer them?
Oh man, I'm so confident. And actually, I actually have a personal experience. My mother passed away from cancer. And so going through that experience and her not having any coverage, I know firsthand how it affected my family.
Right.
And so I have that personal conviction when I talk to families, when I go into homes. And we got to understand that this specific population, they're blue collar families, like you mentioned, and a lot of time they don't have time for themselves. They're working multiple hours. Some have 2 jobs just to make ends meet. And they really need our help to make sure that they're protected, make sure that they are ready, when life, unfortunately hits, so.
Absolutely. So as a salesperson, it's really important to know that there's a valid market and that these people are actually expressing interest. So let's talk about how we actually find those clients. We have a nationwide lead system, and so if you've been a salesperson previously and you've had to prospect, like Maria, actually in your previous venture, you had to prospect.
Absolutely.
And it was a painful venture, right?
Very
you
painful.
had to generate your own leads. We actually have a lead system with people that are absolutely expressing interest in what we have here, and it's a direct mail campaign. So what we do is we mail out to people all across the country when they purchase, refinance, or get a line of credit against their home, and offering them a policy to pay off their house or give them money if they get sick, to make sure that they can stay in their home, they don't lose their home. And so people actually respond to that mail piece by either calling into an 800 phone number or actually filling out a piece of paper and mailing it back into us. And it's very explicit, like they know exactly what it is they're opting into. So you know that when you're calling those leads, these people know what you're calling about. Now, a lead is not a sale. So you're not, just because the lead is not the magic in actually creating the sale. You're still a salesperson. You're still getting paid a commission to do this. So you're going to have to sit there, call people on the phone, get some appointments booked. So Maria, like previously when you had to prospect versus working with the lead system we have now, how quickly are you actually able to fill your calendar with activity to be able to go out there and run your business?
Yeah, what I like about our system is that they take all of the thought process, out of the way, right? In the sense that you don't have to think about it. Everything is really just math, right? If you have a goal and you want to make a certain amount, let's say 5,000, we know exactly how to get you there, right? It's all embedded into the math. It's all calculated. It takes the whole process away, right? And so I know that if this is a goal that I have, then this is how many leads I have to purchase, and then how, basically what I have to do. So it's really neat because it takes all the thinking away, and then you just go straight into work. Right. But to answer your question, every lead is different. But I like the fact that I'm not cold calling, or I'm not just going to a family member or a friend and telling them about life insurance and everything. I'm just following up. I'm following up with families on a request or inquiry that they've put in. And my job is just to educate them and to get them the information. So leads are extraordinarily expensive to create. Yes. For us to send out a mail piece and somebody respond to that, on average, it costs about anywhere from $90 to $110 to generate a lead. And our company is very generous in that we share in the expense of the lead. We don't buy leads for profit. So leads do cost money. They cost anywhere from like 50 cents up to maybe $10 or $11 for inventory leads that we typically work. That's most generally that's actually what you got started on. So the week you made $2,000. Actually, you had a really good month this last 30-day cycle, right? Yes.
How much business did you as you pay this last 30 days?
So I actually last week I had my best day where I was able to have 5,800 in APV.
Okay, so for you,
in one day, 4 apps.
So for you licensed agents out there, you would appreciate 4 applications and $5,800 in premium, and we get paid a percentage of that premium that a client pays. So we work for really large, reputable insurance carriers. That'd be companies you're familiar with, like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, Gerber, just like the baby food, and many others out there. We have a proprietary product with GPM. Actually, my mentor, Nick Theodore, and some of the other executives of our company, they actually created a proprietary product specifically for us that undercuts all the other competitors. What's really cool is you don't have to take a medical exam, right? We just answer some health questions, quick to get issued. How often when you write a policy, does it get approved on the spot and you're getting paid commissions within the next couple of days?
I say it happens way more than it doesn't. So
Right.
that's an awesome thing.
Yes. So you can get a lead in hand, book an appointment the same day, help a family, because we work primarily remotely, and then
Absolutely.
get paid commissions within 48 hours. So let's talk about actually that commission structure, right? So starting off on our comp grid, we go from 70% all the way up to 140%. So let me explain a little bit about, for those of you that aren't in the industry, maybe you wouldn't understand what that means. Basically, we're getting 70 cents for every dollar that a client puts into premium, okay, that paying the insurance company for the full first year of the policy. You get 9 months of that commission of advanced up front to you. So as a brand new agent starting at a 70% commission rate, you can expect a little over $500 in commission for each policy that you get approved and issued. And then as you go out there and get paid, business paid, you're going to scoot up on the promotion guidelines, and you can go all the way up to 120% commission with us and get 120 cents for every dollar that a client is paying within 3 months. You can get yourself a 50% increase in pay within 3 months on our comp grid. That is massively generous. And so, Maria, your experience has been, you've been getting paid very quickly, very profitably, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. And so one last thing is, like, when somebody's getting started with us, probably the biggest reason why people fail in this industry is really lack of support. It's, in fact, that's the number one cited reason. I think it's something like 92% of agents that actually leave this industry within the first year cite that it's a lack of support. So Maria, tell me about your experience coming in, about how you got trained, and what does support look like for you versus your previous company?
Yeah, so when I started, I was actually very scared because, like we mentioned, I have a background in the medical field. So I never had any sales background. I was very scared because I didn't know how well I was going to do. And, I basically just took a bet on myself and said, hey, I want to try something different because I want my life to be different.
Right.
And within that process, as you go, this is not, for me, it's not just about selling life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the person that you become in the whole process, the people who you meet, the people who you're around. We have a very close team where we all help each other. We all, we actually share a group meet where every morning we send inspirational, memes or, quotes just to get us going. Because like you said, 92% of insurance agents fail. So I'm not going to say that this is not something that's easy, but I've seen people be successful in this business,
Absolutely.
right? Which pushes me and it keeps me further. And as you mentioned, your mentorship and you being able to just walk me through if I have a bad day or if I'm having, a bad week and I'm feeling down, you need that support to keep going. And that's what I've been able to get here at Equus, honestly. It's a very great community, a very great, work family, and I'm just blessed to be here. It is an opportunity. It's not something that I have to do. I get to do it. I get to be, to help families to go out there. And yeah, it's challenging. We have our days, but I also have that, accountability. I have people, I can't quit, honestly. Right. And I actually had a colleague of mine, Tyrone, and I was having a rough week and he congratulated me. He was like, Maria, you are a part of the 8%. And I had to change my mindset. And I was like, you know what? You are right. It's not something easy, but anything that is worth doing in life, it doesn't come easy, but the reward is just so much bigger. I already came from an income where I was making 6-figure, right? And for me, my goal is just the quality of life, right? That freedom of time. There's different types of freedom. So I'm looking at freedom of time, freedom of income, freedom of relationships. So, that was my biggest motivator. So I definitely appreciate your mentorship. I appreciate what you've done. And there's just so many people in this business, in this company that have helped me, and I'm still getting there, I'm still evolving every day. And that's the beautiful part of it, the growth mindset that you are able to get in this company.
It really warms my heart to hear that. Well, so when we're onboarding you, we're going to make this a very quick and easy process. We have a 7-step training program. There's not going to be any question about what you need to do in order to be successful. We got it all laid out for you. In fact, every single week we have 6 days a week, we have people like Maria doing live dials. They're calling the same type of leads that you would be calling, booking appointments for that same day. We have live appointments once a week. You can actually see for a 2-hour time slot, you can see somebody running live appointments and closing deals on the phone in real time. This is not like pre-recorded material where we cherry pick the best cases. You're seeing everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, the hang-ups, the rejections, the booked appointments, the sales, rejection, all of it. You're seeing all of it. And that's what one thing I love about our company is just utter transparency, whether it looks good or not.
Yeah.
Because we want to give a real view about what this business is. I've been very fortunate coming from Walmart, making $2,200 a month. My wife at one point was making soap in a bucket, so we didn't have to buy soap. We were broke as a joke. And this year, we'll probably make about $430,000 helping people like Maria. In the last 5 years that we've ran an agency, we've helped at least 1 or 2 people. It was our first year in business with us, make anywhere from $101,000 up to $299,000 our first year in business. We got a guy in the room here with me now, actually, just a couple months ago, first month making over $12,000. And so those are the stories. Those are like trophies on my shelf. I love seeing that. And so last thing I want to talk about real quick before we wrap up is just the agency opportunity. So if you come in, you're like, Matt, this sounds great. I'm a driven person. I'm self-sufficient. I want to do something great. I want to make a great income, create a great lifestyle for my family. You do have to be very disciplined and driven to do something like this. Don't approach this casually. But if you want to come in and really take hold of this opportunity and not only be able to go out there and protect some families, make some income for yourself, but also develop a level of passive income. I haven't sold for about 3 years now. And my income is all passive just by helping train people like Maria and many others. So we have an opportunity here for you to do that as well. And there's no prerequisite. You can get started immediately, and within 3 months or so, we've had people get to a sales manager level where they're making about anywhere from $4,000 or $5,000 a month in passive income becoming a sales manager. And that's just having 3 people on your team and doing $25,000. I know that's a goal of yours coming up here soon.
Yes.
So, Maria, if someone wants to contact you and go through the next steps, what would be, let's give them a code phrase so we know that they actually watch a video.
Yes.
And then how would they reach you?
Yeah, so the code phrase is I win, and you can reach me at 832-600-7593.
Best code phrase ever, for sure. Thank you. We hope to hear from you.